Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Covert Go Blue. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Take advantage of awesome sales and get 5% off your next order if you use the code CGB5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
Hello. Welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today I bring to you a new series, a series that may not be playable in the future, but when it's playable, you must do it. We're going to call this Milling to Mythic, because for what seems like the first time in forever, mill is a competitive strategy in Magic the Gathering. Yeah, good old-fashioned put their whole deck into their graveyard mill. And what we are going to do is try to hit Mythic playing mill decks. I've got actually several. I've got like 3 or 4 that I want to show you. And trying to figure out when and how to do it has been a challenge. Now, as a mage who likes to torture his opponent and prey upon their weakness, there is nothing more delicious than mill. Because mill is not actually card advantage. In fact, when you sign up to win the game by mill, you do yourself a very large disservice. The reason is because if the opponent is playing a 60-card deck and they draw 7 cards in their opening hand, they are starting the game with 53 life, whereas you only have 20. So you're actually giving your opponent more than like an insane amount of life. Why would you start the game by giving your opponent 33 life, starting yourself at a huge disadvantage? Well, part of it is because you get to skip all that gross attacking and blocking nonsense that aggro mages and green players seem to love. And we instead get to play almost a passive game plan. We get to kind of win the game by doing the things our deck wants to do anyway. Like putting a land on the battlefield. Like drawing cards. These are things every control deck does, and now, thanks to this pair, Teferi's Tutelage and Ruinous Crab, we have a win con that just rewards us for doing nothing but the things our deck wanted to do anyway. And it's delightful. And there are other payoffs too. Huge payoffs. Into the story. A 4-mana draw 4. They don't make them like that anymore. But with this card and your mill effect, a 4-mana draw 4 is the epic card drawing reload that control decks need. And Drown in the Lock, a split card, counter any spell, destroy any creature. 2 absolutely nutso cards from the set called Eldraine that apparently needed to be even more pushed, so it hid these themes inside of it. Just waiting for the crab to come along and make it all possible. The rest of the deck, we want a bit more card draw to pay off the tutelage. Frantic Inventory got the job. We want a lot of removal to keep from dying. So, Extinction Event, Mystical Dispute. Mystical Dispute is my counter of choice because oftentimes it's hard to leave up 3 mana. So I'm not going to run like Didn't Say Please, something that's hard to cast. And it hits Omnath, which is the big deal. Also Rogues, like being able to counter a Sky Thief for 1 mana is a big deal. So winning a counter war, so you cast Into the Story, the Rogues deck casts Drown in the Lock, you cast Mystical Dispute on 5, good deal. So that's why the Mystical Dispute. Heartless Act and Bloodchief's Thirst, just cheap, super efficient removal spells, keep you from dying, and 1 Cling to Dust to get those pesky escape cards that actually make milling the opponent a bad thing. So this card, we don't find it often, but we do draw a lot of cards, and sometimes our opponent is milling us too, and just having this option goes a long way. Plus, sometimes you just need that 1 more trigger from your Teferi's Tutelage to get enough to win the game, and this can come out of the graveyard and do that. You could also cycle this Triumph, or you could cast this Seagate Restoration. So we've got a few tricks in there to keep the cards flowing with Teferi's Tutelage. At some point in this video, I realized I was running a whole bunch of Temple of Deceit and no Fabled Passage, and that's stupid because we run Crab. So Fabled Passage plus Crab is a combo that should be in your mill decks. I think I've explained the strategy. I think you know what's going on. We're trying to take your deck and flip it upside down. And in particular, we actually have good matchups against Omnath and pretty good matchups against adventures. And with those two decks being the most tilting, frustrating decks in the format, I'm down for a little bit of milling to Mythic, as long as there's a lot of Omnath bodies in my wake. So, yeah, join me as I try to mill into Mythic over the next couple of videos. Let's dive in and let the nonsense begin. Hand looks nice. Give him the crab. Give it to him. Give it to him. You're scared of the crab. Oh yeah. Show me the Triumph, baby. Send a message. We could play the tapped land, play the crab next turn, then play a land. But that doesn't hold up Mystical Dispute because our untapped land is a swamp. I guess we could play Island Island, but yeah, I just like sending the message here. Crab is here. Do not fear. I'm going to play it like this so I have the opportunity to tutelage. Yep. Get in the graveyard, Omnath. We've got a Brazen Borrower. That's fine, right? I mean, it's only 1 mana to replay this. Mystical Dispute has a job named Omnath. Three mana does what? Beanstalk Giant. Okay. Well, we've got to replay the crab if we're going to play around Omnath, so... And it's good because we also get to hold up a Frantic Inventory. Felidar Retreat's a scary one. That plays through the Mystical Dispute. But Extinction Event looks okay there. A lot of the adventure creatures are odd, which is unfortunate, so we have to get what we can out of the Rune Crab while we can. Let's see if the opponent has a Bone Crusher Giant here. Not yet. Another crab. Love it. Love it. Just go at him. Where do your cards go, bro? Where's that deck going? Easy drown. 100%. Hopefully the opponent gives us something to dispute here. I mean, they might go for this Brazen Borrower, which is 3 points a turn. If we counter it, though... Well, let's see. If they don't fetch white... They should fetch white. Can they fetch white? Did we mill it? That would be epic. Okay. So we do need to hold this. I think we need to hold this for the Omnath. Well, they already used a Fabled Passage. If all they do is play the Omnath, gain the life... Yeah, let's not hold this for a million years. I'm not scared of Omnath unless they have another passage. Because otherwise we can just drown it or name even. Nice. Yeah, I think being too Omnath hyper-focused there would have been a big mistake. And I think it's an easy spot to get yourself into. Crab. Oh, where's your deck, bro? Where's your deck? 29. 29 and ticking. Let's go tutelage. Yep, that makes sense. So they get to bounce a crab too, I suppose. We'll just replay it, or we'll hold the Drown in the Lock and play it next turn. It's fine. We still get the draw, and Into the Story is a good one. Do we want to get rid of the event? Let's get rid of the event. I don't think it's important. We'll probably come up with another. So the opponent plays Giant, we kill the Giant. Oh, they don't play the Giant. Okay. That's a value grab. Do you think their best chance to win is to play a giant here? I feel like it is. Like, are you really going to outvalue me? You've seen my strategy. You know what I'm going to do. You know it involves taking your entire deck away from you. Value will not win this. Last card in hand, by the way, is not a Fae of Wishes. Might be a Brazen Borrower. Let's see. Can we rule out the Brazen Borrower? Not yet. Not a Felidar Retreat. Not an Escape to the Wilds. Not an Omnath. Not a Clover. It could be a land. It could be a Giant Killer, which would be weird. And it could be a Brazen Borrower. Tutelage. Whatever I'm drawing, I'm discarding. Ugh. Oh, man. But if I keep this, I don't think I can lose. All right. I'm discarding other tutelage. Fine. Now we let them have a borrower. Because what we need to kill are the Beanstalk Giants. Those are the things we need to kill. 3 points a turn won't do it for them anymore. They will end up dead with that strategy. Land Giant. Let's use the counter. Just not let it hit the field. What if they main decked a Fling? Something ridiculous. Mill 'em. And this will be lethal. Your whole deck into your graveyard. All of it. Ah! Tell me of something more amazing than milling out the Omnath Adventure Player. The best deck in Standard, as they say. Hand is Dees. This is mono red, they play mono red. I'm sure there will be a 2-drop that I would rather use the Thirst on. It just takes me off curve so much because I want to play Inventory, then I want to play Tutelage, then I want to play Extinction Event. Ugh. Alright. Awkward, but let's go for it. Yeah, there's the Robber. That is what I figured I would rather be killing, too. 1 card in graveyard, rats. Okay, let's see if they put another one in the graveyard for me. That would be nice. That's not gonna do it. And that is brutal. That is really brutal. Now we need what? Extinction Event? I don't know. I don't know what we need, but we need it. We're just dead here, I think. Red Cap melee in the main, huh? Yeah, I think I goofed this whole thing up, but oh well. Mono red, it's a tough matchup. And Relic Robber, like, is specifically good against us because we don't have a battlefield presence. So, really unfortunate that we ran into that card in our situation. Frickin' hate mono red. Alright. No mill. So this Drown in the Loch, this Into the Story, they really need to draw something to turn on. But the 2 extinction events hopefully will set back any aggressive player. On the draw, I don't know if it's keepable, but on the play, it feels like it is. Okay, Teferi's Tutelage should turn these on. Cobra? Don't Cobra. Okay, Beast. I can live with the Beast. Could kill the token here, but I don't think that's very important. So what do we discard? Guess the Swamp. Let's see if the opponent can get a foothold to be aggressive here or not. Last time we were in this matchup, we had the Crab. Crab was carrying the game. Bloodchief's Thirst. Pretty good. Can target the 1/1. And see if the opponent can deal with that. If they make another 1/1, we can play Drown in the Loch, or we can Extinction Event for odd. Okay, they've got another 1/1. We could counter it. But Extinction Event will kill it anyway. And if they don't play another creature, then we're in a pretty good spot. I know we have to take 5, and 5 sucks. But tap land. If they're thinking about casting a Fae of Wishes, yeah, they want the card. Alright. We'll counter the Fae because it's even. Just get that off the field. Get that out of commission. Another Thirst. That's too bad I countered the Fae. Anyway, odd. Exiles. And now Into the Stories online. Our opponent's going to take a turn to escape, and they're going to try to set up a big Omnath turn. Counter would be nice. Let's draw some cards. We found a Crab. And we definitely hit a lot of cards here. So if the opponent plays a Clover here, they can Bone Crush the Crab without it doing anything. They're down to 27. But will we need the mana next turn? I think we're going to end up using this on even, so the Crab's a play. I think we need to stay mana efficient to keep up with this deck, because it's about to do nutty things. This is their big shot. No Fabled Passage. That's good. So they cast the Giant. Okay. Do we let them untap with an Omnath? Seems like a really dumb question when I phrase it that way, doesn't it? So I think this turn is Bloodchief's Thirst the Omnath. Save this to name on odd because most of their creatures are odd. And play Frantic Inventory. Since that's the turn anyway, we should lead with the inventory. And see if we draw something that changes our style. Oh man, can we just race them? 21 cards left. If we play this, I think that's too risky. I think the race is too risky. I think if we take away the Omnath, they can't kill me this turn, which means we do kill them next turn. Because we can probably play Frantic Inventory and another Tutelage, or Into the Story and another Tutelage, which should just be lethal. As long as they don't have the Omnath Explosion of Mana, I don't think they can kill me. Clover is here. Brazen Borrowing the Tutelages in response to a draw spell is one way they can do it. Oh, can we? Okay. Alright. They're coming in for it. No blocks. Down to 5. The pressure. Another Crab. How do we do it? How do we do it, everybody? I think if we play the Tutelage... Oh, man. 15 cards. This is 8. Play a crab, play a land. That's 14. And then if the land is blue, inventory. There's a few ways that we end up not winning, but let's take our shot. That should do it. Crab. Swamp. Could also have done it with the crabs, but this lets Frantic Inventory finish the job. And we finished the job. Give him the purple love and the 0-3 attack. Game. It's a control hand. It's not a mill hand, but we'll just try to kill everything and mill them later. How about that for a plan? It's possible I should have just played this as blue first. And the reason for that is if I draw a crab, I get to mill right away. Usually I delay the decision on the pathway, but sometimes you just know it's right. Blue-red, what are you doing? What kind of a deck are you? Crab located. So, 3 cards? Yes. Yep, it's that deck again. Let's try to draw into some card draw effects into the story to Fairy's Tutelage. Things to progress our win con. Let's not give them too much time. 3 mana does Beanstalk Giant. Clover. Fine. Fine. Let's see. Would I rather draw a card? I do feel like I've got a lot of 1-for-1 going on, but every land is a mill right now, so... No sign of an Omnath. Could be regular, good old Temur adventure. Here comes this nonsense. Alright, into the story. This would be a good time for you. They're doing stuff! Make it stop! Alright, no Bone Crusher Giant. Maybe Brazen Borrower. I'll just be over here doing nothing with my mana, don't mind me. Don't everyone mind me. Just living that hardcore crab life. These should be Fable passages. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well. Negate. Big brain. What else? Once in future. Okay. So your plan is to negate your way through my stuff. I guess. Interesting. I know once in future can get you just about anything once I fill your graveyard, so it feels good. I just don't know. Don't know if that's what we're supposed to be doing here. Sure, draw a card. I do want you to draw more cards, and I want all your things to be odd, so let's go after this Fae of Wishes. See if you want to keep it around or not. Okay. Got to do something with our mana there, because we're just bleeding tempo. Okay, if I win this game, I don't deserve it. We definitely drew the wrong side of the deck for everything that's going on. But we've got our opponent down to 31 cards, if that is a thing you track. Also flooded pretty bad. 7 lands. 6 spells. One of them a mostly do-nothing crab. Our opponent, though, is helping us. They're pulling a lot of cards out of their deck. The plan is try not to lose with these events. If they had a Bone Crusher Giant, they'd already use it, right? Thank you. So, do we let the opponent commit more stuff to the board for the events? Yeah, I think so. We're still at 20. So many of our turns have been crab go. Alright, let's absorb this Lovestruck Beast's damage here. $11-11. Alright, let's see if we can set our opponent... Well, we have to resolve an event anyway. They only have one negate, so... Alright. I was gonna say let's use the Drown in the Lock to bait the negate, but if they don't cast it, we're stuck anyway. Yeah, they're odd. You gonna negate that? Here comes the rope. The rope. Okay. They had it, they just didn't take out the crab with it. They're gonna try to burn me out. It's fine. Let's see if we can hit a land off the Frantic Inventory. Have Drown in the Lock available to at least fight over something, and we do. We're a super long shot in this game. It's very unlikely, but our opponent does only have like 20 land. So let's see if we can counter this. Let's see if this gets the opponent to play negate. No? Okay. So I think their plan is to fight over a card draw spell like Into the Story and nothing else. Alright. They might just lose the slow game to this crab. They probably have a lot of Bone Crushers though still, right? I haven't milled hardly any, so yeah, they just get to go face here with 2 Bone Crushers, and I think I lose. Not a lot I can do about that. We have to get these exiled. We can't have them go to the graveyard, because once in future we'll get them back. So if they have the Bone Crusher in hand, they win. Pretty good burn plan, all truth be told. Pretty unfortunate draw from us, and a pretty good burn plan by the opponent. Okay. Still manual tapping our way to victory. Turn. Land. What are you down to? 14? God, the flood. Okay, 1 Bone Crusher, but now they get it back with Once in Future, so that actually doesn't work. And that's game. Ah, that one just felt bad. That one just felt floody bad. Mill, 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 mill. Mill, mill. Mill them. Here's Mr. Crab. And mill. Ram through. Alright, this is mono green. So, play some even creatures, we'll extinction event them. That's the plan. Arachner. Okay. Well, they probably didn't want that. They probably wanted something a lot better. Big draw. Whiff. Big draws. Not whiff. Okay, you are a Questing Beast deck. That's scary. That is a scary thing. Not a coward's show. That sucks. Alright, get rid of one of these so we can draw. Try to hit land. We could name Odd. We would lose our Ruined Crab. We could... I think I need to get some play out of this Mystical Dispute. We have to try to Mystical Dispute something here, which means taking a bit of damage from the Yorvo, but these are both Odd. Let's try to stretch it out, and then Extinction Event for Odd. If the opponent doesn't play anything into the dispute, we get to draw 4. That should make sure we hit land for a little while. Blocks. Ow. Another 1/1. Sure. Don't need to dispute that. My turn. Draw 4. Love it. Love it. Thank you. 2 drown in the locks. We could just... 1, 2... Right now we have 3 cards. Can we play 3 cards? 1, 2, pass and discard something. We can definitely discard a dispute. We have too many of them. They're like TIE fighters. Too many of them. They want to ram through my crab. I mean, we could just let it go. It's done its job, and we're going to name Odd with this anyway. Let's let that resolve. Seems weird, but I think it's the right play. And then we discard one of the disputes. I know it's our only mill pressure, but we can take control of the game and grind them out for a few minutes. And then worry about milling again later. Because they have to put more pressure on us. We have the Cling to Dust. Ah! We're going to name Odd, though, very soon. Let's wait one more turn. See if the opponent plays an Odd card. I'll even hold the land. Okay, another even card. Do we run that play back again? Yeah, because now we have tutelage. We have a counter for a Gem Raiser. We have a lot of Extinction Event. Okay. First Gem Raiser. Do we defend this? The opponent might have 2 Gem Raisers here. How do I keep myself out of trouble? I think we should counter this. and hope that their other spell is not a Gem Raiser. If it is... ugh. Okay, perfect. Because it's 3 mana, so it's odd, so Extinction Event is beautiful. Leave this place. I didn't mean literally right now, but fine. Okay. All right. Let's keep. There isn't much wrong with it, that's for sure. I'm a little nervous that I won't draw land, and that's about it. Getting better. This is mono red. They play mono red. And they do nothing. Just the way I like my mono red mages. They give me a chance to play the beauty of Mystical Dispute. Uh-oh, we hit their Phoenix of Ash. If we get land off the top, we're looking so good. Just so good. Annex. Dispute. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's so good, man. Into the story. Easy draw for. Scorching Dragonfire the Crab, sure. Did its job. Definitely did its job for now. Hellhound. Not that scary, to be honest. Fresh 4. Sweet. Cling for the bird. Yes. You love to see it. I don't think it's worth 3 life there. We're against mono red. Life matters. We can pace our removal, our card draw, our threats. Does the opponent want to use a Rimrock Knight or something here? There's not much they could resolve that's scary. We should probably just kill this and trade 1 for 1. Let's see if they play a Rimrock Knight, though. Torbran. So, how risky do we play it? It's like extra loose to go for Into the Story, assuming we'll have the untapped land. Because then we could take so much damage. So let's try Inventory. We might draw land from it. Okay, Heartless Act is good. Don't let them untap with this card. They can fire off Bonecrusher Giant in response to the removal spell. All the Into the Stories. Is this not the best hand ever when the opponent has a full graveyard? Oh, Lord. Alright, so we want to kill some things. We are getting bottlenecked on mana. And I don't want to discard anything with the tutelage. I guess I could discard an Into the Story because, quite honestly, it's too much. Another tutelage is too much, too. Just 1 should be enough to finish this. So we're going to kill the Bonecrusher Giant. Opponent goes for Robber. Now they can't Embercleave if we do this at the right time. We're definitely getting to the point where I need to go for Into the Story just to hit the land drop. It's getting a bit tilting. Yay, land! The opponent's better at drawing my lands than I am. Okay. Yeah, but we still shouldn't do it, right? Just fire off these 2 removal spells, then draw. Let them Embercleave the Hellhound. Yes, do it, do it. Embercleave the Hellhound. Oh, okay. I guess that's a little better. Doesn't use their whole turn, puts another threat on the board. What is going on with our deck? Our deck is giving us the treatment, everybody, and I'm getting scared. But we drew some crabs. But I am getting scared. Like, the deck is being weird. We missed a lot of land in there when we should have been pulling ahead. Instead, we just kept it even. What are we going to be on? 7 next turn? We can play Tutelage and another Into the Story? Yeah. All right. Get out of this turn alive, baby. Just get out of this turn alive. They're at 18. Got my calculator ready. I'm not going to mess up my mill math and set off the internet. Okay. All right, Fable Passage is 3 plus 3 equals 6. Second to Fairy's Tutelage is 2 plus 2 plus the 6 equals 10. Then Into the Story is 2 times 4 times 2 equals 26 cards. Let's do it. Which is dramatic overkill, but I did this for effect. Because there is nothing comments hate more than watching somebody try... I don't know. Like, Magic is supposed to be this intellectual game, so people think you're supposed to be smart at everything. I am not smart at math. Never have been, never will be. Doesn't mean I can't play Magic, but there's nothing that seems to tilt YouTube more than somebody playing an intellectual game and wronging them and doing wrong math. So, here, is that enough? Like, just tell me, is this enough? Did we do it? Easy 0-3 attack. Game. That could be enough. Big diamond. Ooh. And we are back for the post-game wrap-up. And God, I like this deck. That is, by the way, video number 615 in the daily streak complete. 615. Thanks for the wild ride, everybody. This deck is sweet. I actually don't know if the other mill decks are going to be as good, but the ones I have up my sleeve, you'll have to tune in and see. We've got those that are designed to mill fast, and those are designed to mill very slow, and those are that are designed to mill you and kill you. But yeah, this one I liked. I think it has a good blend of removal and interaction. I thought Mystical Dispute was excellent, and that we didn't need cards like Neutralize or Didn't Say Please, but you could run them instead. I found having the 1-mana Dispute to be very important. And then we just kind of got there all the time. The Crab and the Tutelage just team up to make sure that you have busted awesome cards in your deck, like Drown in the Loch and Into the Story, and you can just draw so many cards. It never felt like we were doing anything completely unfair. It kind of felt a little old school Magic, but it was also still powerful. And the only times we really failed is when we drew way too many lands that didn't do enough. So should the deck have more Seagate Restoration or Jwari's Disruption? Should there be more DFCs, double-faced cards, in the mana base so that we can't flood out that way? Or is that just part of the price? We accept it, we move on, and we crush our enemies and see them driven before you and hear the lamentations of their women to steal from Conan. I can't recommend the deck enough, to be honest. Like, it actually does have a lot of uncommons. It's absurdly budget, isn't it? Uncommon, 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 common, uncommon, 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 rare, and I do think you need some sweepers. Uncommon, Mythic. You don't need this. Mana base. My God. I think I built a budget deck that we can play in Diamond, trying to get to Mythic. Oh no, I should cancel this video. If those F2Ps out there find it, it's going to take over everything. And then, if this takes over everything and its best matchup is Omnath, nobody's going to play Omnath on ladder anymore, and... Guys, I think we figured out how to do it. How we, the people, can ban Omnath. Just spam the hell out of this mostly budget-friendly deck. And if you are one of the many people out there who find Mill incredibly annoying because your brain can't help but look at the cards in your graveyard and think, oh, I could have drawn those. I am so angry right now. Just know, we sacrificed your happiness for the greater good to kill the demon, which is Omnath. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm sorry, not sorry. You know what I mean? All right. So the little spiel at the end here that I was going to give is on YouTube members. If you hit the join button, it's $4.99 a month to support the channel, and at least half of the proceeds each month are going to go to charity. And I would like to thank my two newest members, Pio Trek and Mike Heiner. And thank you to everybody who has joined as a YouTube member. It means a lot to me, and I am excited to continue to try to give back to my local community so that I feel like I am a good member of my area, my region, my county, my city, while for the most part, I don't leave my house and play video games. So thank you for you guys for helping me feel that pride. All right. That's it for this video. There isn't any more. Why are you still here? Go on. Leave. It's over. It's over. It's really over. You're cool.